And nice to see everybody on. Um, Firstly, we might just start off. Well, I think everyone that's on here knows who I am. Hang on, it's just going through to YouTube. There we go. Okay, so I think you all know who I am, but for those of you that don't, my name is Grania, and if this is your first time or anything, I just want to say a massive welcome. And I just wanted to see if anyone has had any wins this week that they wanted to share. I know it's towards the end of the month and end of the financial year, actually. But does anybody on here have any little win that they wanted to share at all? Joanne, you look like you have. You're kind of like the body language is
Uh,
like,
I did. I did have a win. I was at gym and I normally go to gym. I had one of my teamies that I do group fitness with who had been looking absolutely terrible for some time. And was talking to her and she said she'd been to the doctors and the doctors basically told her that she needed to lose weight. And I said, this is not why you feel run down or anything like that. And I said, look, let's jump on a call and we'll have a bit of a chat. And I went through her health history and bits and pieces. I'm absolutely appalled at what doctors are actually saying to
mm,
people. Anyway, we went through some diet, nutrition, and she purchased the collagen, the NRF2. I hadn't seen her for a week. Back into gym, no, it must be Monday, Tuesday. I said, oh my God, Beth, you are looking absolutely amazing. And I must admit, I actually forgot some of the conversation that I had with her because I was just at gym. And she said, Joe, I did not realize this is how you were meant to sleep. She goes, I have not slept properly for so long. I didn't know this is how normal people sleep. And I said, are you feeding him? She goes, it is the best I have felt for so long, and it's been 1 week. And I went, yes, but the beautiful part is that she was saying it in front of all a group of our group fitness people. I'm like, yes, keep talking, keep talking, keep talking it up.
oh, good.
So it was a very good win, and she was spruiking it off. And another person who's already purchased collagen from me, and her knee has been better too. And she's like, but Vanessa, you got to get the NRF2. I think it's the NRF2. And I'm like, you go, girl, you just keep talking.
It is. It is that little yellow pill. Um, I was only just saying this morning that up on my memory came up, and you just kind of forget sometimes because I've been doing this for 10 years and you just forget different stories that had come out. And it was a little boy who was 12 and it had kind of subsided his anger and his frustration and stuff. And some boys in his class were angry. And he came home and he said to his mom, I've actually been talking to a couple of my friends and I've suggested NRF2 to them because I think it would really help them with their anger. And it was like 10 years ago when I put this poster, this memory came up, and I thought, how good is it that one, I'm still in this world? Because you know, when your memories come up and you think, oh my gosh, I don't even know them people. I don't even hang around with them anymore. It's such a strange memory. But it was really good to go, yeah, still the same now as it
Yeah.
was then, as it was. And we just got to keep speaking our truth. And the biggest thing, because is speaking with authority. I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned. Like, you all know that I'm a Christian and things like that. And I was driving tonight and I was listening, as you said, you speak from authority. When, seeing is believing and believing is seeing. And when the mountain says move, the mountain will move, but it'll only move if you say it. And I thought, you know what? We all should have that authority and that belief. Joanne, you've only been here since November, and I mean, your belief is through the roof. But for a lot of the rest of us, um, like, I think I need to spend a day inside My Life Vantage story and read some of them stories. Um, because sometimes you just become a lit lackadaisical on really what we have. And it was really good seeing this memory and that. And it was like, yeah, wow. We have helped so many people. And I'm looking at my husband, even in America now. he's 60, and at 50 he was told he was going to have to give up football and stuff. And to see him now at 60 running around the place playing football over there, having a hoot and a half, we really need to know. And I think even in the call this morning, Josie, we were just, whatever you do, you go on pretending. That is the non-negotiable. Don't even, if you don't do anything else. And me and Kim Wagner were having this chat as well the other day. She was like, it's $2.50. Like, it's a no-brainer. We have to get back to saying this again, because if we waver in our belief, they'll hear it, they'll feel it in our energy, they'll feel it in our awkwardness, they'll feel this, but we got to get out there. And yeah, when I just think of the lives that we've helped, it kind of, yeah, I've just been kind of on a real memory road lately, and it's been really good. It's been really, really good. Does anybody else have any wins at all this week of anyone or?
I do.
Yeah, so good.
I've actually enrolled a couple of customers this month, and
Yay.
one of them was my big boss, and she's super excited. And another girl from church reached out to me because of the posts that I've been putting on Facebook about speaking from your truth and everything. And she said, I think I've got to take a look at what you do. So we're catching up next week, which is great. And another girl from work who's been on it, not signed up, but I've been doing the deal at work.
Yeah.
She's been on it for about 3 months and noticed a big difference. Her husband's been on it. He'd only been on it 2 weeks and he has bulging discs. And she said last night was the first night that he hasn't taken any pain medication.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he was on the SRIs or whatever, strong medication. So yeah, it won't take long. And yeah, it's just so good to be able to help so many people.
Yeah. So I think we're going to start once we finish this. Susan just touched on it then. What we've been doing as well with some of us have been getting extra coaching from Bob Heilig, a lot about being a love-led leader and not a fear-based leader, and teaching and coaching from that love-led leader. And I think that, oh, Josie's raising her hand as well. Yes, Josie.
I wanted to share, I was inspired when Patty Rothman shared about her being on Instagram, and she got from however many to 39,000 followers now. And I thought maybe I should explore Instagram. So, I thought the shortest way is to buy a course, all of that. So to cut the long story short, here I was trying to do Instagram, and it takes about an hour and a half to do a reel and everything like that. And I decided I grew my business just on Facebook without having to do reels and Instagram and things like that. And so I went back to just talking to people, letting them know about the promotion that we have. So here I am. I've got 4 people that are buying products. Well, 2 of them have bought already. So the message is that learning a new skill takes time. Okay, so I know that, my Instagram will probably happen, but it's not going to give me the result that I want now, but I want results now. So I went back to just doing what I used to do before, which was focusing on my Facebook and calling people. So that's my share.
Good. Excellent. And that's your gifting, Jose. People like and trust you. And that's what we got to simplify things. So I want to show you what I did with boards this week. So I basically threw in a card and started having a chat with chat, because I wanted to come up with a business card and I did not want to spend all the time in Canva creating it, because it's just, I'm not that creative. So I'm just going to go in and show ye boards. I mean, most of you kind of know this anyway. If you're not in ANZ Collab, please come in here. We've tried to put as many recordings and stuff like that under the later support, but under start here, we've got straight away the digital business cards. So in here, these were all the ones that we did when we were at in where were we? At Leadership Academy. So we grabbed as many people as we could and said to them, quick, just do your 1 minute 40 video. So I would encourage you all, if you haven't done a video, come and listen to these ones and do one. So I went into chat then and I showed chat an old business card that I had, but it had executive consultant and things. And chat was like, I don't really like that written. I think you need to really talk about you and what you love to do, which is, helping people feel better and blah, blah, blah. So I said, well, could you make me a really nice yellow front picture? And that's what I came up with. And I was like, oh, I like that. So then I inserted my video that I had done at Leadership. And then I said, could you write something in here, a blurb? So it came up with this blurb. And then I asked it even, I got really lazy and I was like, can you do up a little picture showing watch this video first? So then I put in the YouTube of It Starts With Yellow because I wanted them first to go into that. And then I just changed all this. Said, can you change it into yellow? I had some of this from an old one. So healthy weight, metabolism, all the little things. Click here for all the studies and it brings them into activatedlife.net. Click here because what I wanted was a business card that has activatedlife.net, a little bit about me and how they can contact me, and click here to buy product. That's what I wanted, a business card like that. So click here to buy Protandem, brings them straight through to my Protandem site. And they can buy Protandem. And then I decided to put in a couple of stories. And then I said, click here for more stories. And then I created another board, which we can all use with the different life-changing stories that are in here. And I also put in Rachel's autism ADHD one in there as well. So then I just said, click here for more information on products, 30-day money back guarantee. Would you like to help more people feel better? Watch this. And there was the business video. Click here to buy Protandem again. And then would love you to connect with me. Put your name, telephone number, your message, whatever, and submit or call me. So pretty simple. You can use this as a template or you can create your own. But I've got it in here as a master. So then I just said to a couple of people, because Jan said, could you make me mine? And Susan and things like that. So I do have to make another couple, but you can also all do this. So I'm going to show you, and this is recorded anyway, how you can do it. So you can go to the little arrow here where it says, and I've highlighted it, copy. And you can copy it and you could then bring it into your own board. So I've got one called My Board and I can paste it in here. So now it's in My Board and I would recommend that you do that. I was messing here. So here it is. So then all you do is click on it and go to the little edit sign up in the top right-hand corner. And I would change the name up the top to being, I'm just putting in Grania's test here. Done. Now, if I were you, I would take this picture and I would either right click it and save it, or I would crop it and I would insert it in chat. I haven't got it in Canva. I basically put this into chat and I'll show you. And I just put somebody else's picture and their name. And I just said, chat, please replace the person's picture and the name. Here's the picture. and the person's name. And then chat gave me a different picture. And then you can download it. And then all you would do is click on here, replace image. And then it says, would you like to replace it from your boards or from your PC? Well, if you've taken it off chat, it would be down in your PC and it would be in your downloads. So let's say I'm going to change it to this one. All I do is I capture the picture and it changes it. Now it's Susan's. And so I would leave this because that's just generic. But you could change it if you want. I would leave all of these bits. And then I would leave click here for the studies. But when it says click here to buy Protandem, I would click on here. And all you got to do is change that first bit. Because at the moment, it's going directly to me, look and feel younger. But Susan Young's is probably just Susan Young. So I just changed that to Susan Young. And now it's going to go to Susan Young's website, LifeVantage. So next bit, life-changing stories. I would just keep them all the same. Click more info, keep that the same because it's activatedlife.net, the 30-day money back guarantee. Click here to buy Protandem. Once again, I would change that. Susan Young. Done. And then let's connect. So I would click in here, and when you go to next, you change the email address. So then I would put in Susan's and then click on the call me button, make it her mobile. And then what I did, I took a picture of this or cut it, put this into chat and said, please change the name to Susan Young. And it did. And then I had that picture and I downloaded it. Now, you can keep it as simple as that, like literally go in, take that master, but don't change the master. You copy it and you do it. Or you might decide, you know what, I actually want to change a load of it. Well, you can do that. You can go in and you can do whatever you want. You can edit and you could go, okay, well, I'm going to replace that video. And it says replace. And you would just make your own video. I would really recommend you do a little video yourself so people see who you are. And you may want to change this. And you might either, again, put that into chat, or you might be a whiz on Canva and decide to change it. Why I didn't want to write words, you go over here to, if you see here on the left-hand side, these are all the things that you can put in here. So, for instance, let's say I wanted to add, I had a look in here and Josie had done, because I haven't had a lot of time to do it, I actually saw that Josie had put this one, Turning Back the Signs of Aging. And there's a video on collagen and la, 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 la. Now, it hasn't got anywhere, click here to buy. It's just basically a landing page showing collagen. So what you could do is share it, copy the link, go into my play one, edit, and I might go, I'm going to put a button in for that link. So I click on button, click on link, and I'll put just click here for info on collagen. You put the board that is just generic, and it always goes down here, down the end. So all you got to do is move it like this. Move it up, and I would probably end up putting it there. Click here for more info on more products. There we go. And then every time you do a change here, you see the preview here. So now I'm going to go and see, does it look okay? Click here for testimonials. Click here for more info on products. Click here for collagen or the activated life.net. So you can make as many changes, you can update, you could do whatever you want. But I would highly recommend that you make yourself a board. And what I did, I went to GoDaddy, got my name, and then, well, I actually went to another place called Ventrape. I find Ventrape really good. They're a company like this, Ventrape, VIP Ventrape. And I got a domain name. And then I just went to them and I sent an e-ticket and I said, please forward whatever name it was, Grania's Little Yellow Pill, to this board. So now I don't have to share my board link every time. I can just share the name. But that's, you know, that's just a little bit harder here if you want to do. But to me, it was easy because all I had to do was send them a ticket and literally just said, please forward the name I bought. And I just bought a name for like $10 a year. And please forward Granny's Little Yellow Pill to, and I just brought my board. Now, for you to find your board link, let's say someone says, I'd like the information from you. You go to where it says share, and now it's copied, and then you'd go in Messenger and you would just paste it in and say, here's all my information. That way you're not sending people loads of stuff, sending them something on activatedlife.net, sending them a video on this, sending them your link, sending them some before and afters. This is everything. And you're just sending it out. So this is something you could, even in comments, when you're in a group and people say, I'm really keen for some information on a really good skincare or anything that would help with my arthritis, in the comments, you could just put your board's link. When people are commenting and things like that. So it really does become your digital business card everywhere you go. And then you could ask chat if you wanted, or go into Canva and make your business card if you want, a physical business card, which is the same. So that's what I'm going to do next. But there is some amazing, I really recommend that you would go into our ANZ collab, because there's some amazing videos in here, inspiring. There's some doctors videos, the peptides and hormones from Rachel, Jackie Shepherd, Dr. Jeff Fenning. So you can do all this from your phone as well. Let's say someone said, oh yeah, about brain mapping and things like that. You could be on your phone, you click on boards, click into the videos and mindsets, click on this one, and then you just go up to share. And then you send it straight away and say, this is a brilliant video, you should check it out for your son. Boom. That's the ALS one. If you have, oh, it's gonna get, oh, no, I think it is there. I think it just says it's not there. Okay, it was there. I'll have to have a look. Watch on YouTube. Oh, it is there. But that's an amazing video of this man who basically reversed his ALS diagnosis by being on NRF2 and then NRF1 and NRF2 when it came out. But there's some brilliant videos. So I would recommend anytime you are in your car, please go listen to some of these videos. educate yourself on the videos. There is all our income potential earnings in here. So if you're talking to somebody, straight away you could bring this up. If they say, but how much money, how many bottles would you really need to sell? So you could go, okay, for Australia, if somebody was on subscription, this is just to give you, a thought process. If I had 75 people on it, I'm making 2,780 every month. That's just for customers. Or if you had somebody on, the Tri-Synergizer, 38 people is nearly $2,000. So this just kind of gives you just an idea of where some information is. And but I love the boards. I think boards are absolutely incredible. In here as well, under testimonies, this is where we have all the product testimonies and the business. So in here is where I grabbed all them videos to put in. So we've got product testimonies, skin conditions, neurodivergence, everything is in here. And then we've also got some business ones as well. So let's say you were speaking to a gentleman who's got his own traditional business and you're chatting to the girl there and then, somebody, you could quickly go into boards and say, oh my gosh, you've got to watch this video of Brandon Cunningham. Highlight it or click in it and then copy the link. And then you just copy the link and send it to them. So I think boards is phenomenal. And before we end, I just want you to know as well with activatedlife.net, I love what Rachel has done with this. Just be aware, if you do activatedlife.net, it'll bring you the whole thing. But let's say you're speaking to somebody and they are interested in NAD. I had a guy the other day that was interested in NAD. Now, I wanted him to look straight up at NAD information. So what I'm going to send him is up the top here, activatedlife.net/NAD. And that then is going to bring him straight in to NAD. Everything in here is about sirtuin, because sometimes you can send them too much information. So if you had somebody and they were like, look, I really just want to know about Axio, I would just click on the Axio and I would send them activatedlife.net/Axio. And then they can look and they'll see that all the rest are up here. And I would say to them, hey, go to the homepage. Don't forget to go or click on the little yellow activator. That's where it all began. Or click on the homepage and that brings you straight back to it starts with yellow. But this is literally, this is all you need. This website, My Life Vantage Story, your business card, which just links them back to all of this. And that's all you need. You don't need to complicate things. This tool now is the best tool. And I said to Rachel a few weeks ago, this was before she got this video done. I said, Rach, could you please update and just give us a 5-minute video of Protandim, a really good ABC that's shortened, where we were, what we are, and where we are now. And she was in the midst of, pregnancy and after pregnancy. She was like, oh gosh, I know you need it. But anyway, she did it. And that to me is the best tool that we have, is this video. 6 minutes 40. It's a really good, sharp video. And that is the tool that basically is all we need to build a multi-million-dollar business. And sometimes, as Josie said, we can overcomplicate things by wanting to learn more stuff. Maybe I should go. Someone said to me, Grania, maybe I need to do a load of courses on Instagram. Maybe I need to do a load of courses on da 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 da. I was like, no, you're a fitness professional. You just got to go out with authority, with your authority. Be real, be genuine, be truthful, be a love-led leader, and share with them about Pretandem. Share with them about the stories. So this is all really that we need, guys. And so I just want you all to be blessed with that business card. Please, copy it, take the master, make it your own, but at least it's giving you a good framework of where you can go from. And as I say, I just did it all through chat. It wasn't hard, but I do pay the $29 version a month. Even if you want to do that for 1 month, get as much info as you can out of chat and then go back to the free. But yeah, I love the paid. It's so well worth it for me. So yeah, no worries. Does anybody have any questions or anything before we go? Or
I think we should give them an assignment. What if we come back next Monday and like we get it done by Monday? Would that be who's
yeah,
in
why
to do
don't we
that?
make a workshop next week and we could even
Yeah.
go into smaller groups if you want into, but you need to do this work this week. So come and then we'll go break off into a couple, maybe three little workshops. And if we have to go for an hour or 45 minutes, that's okay. But you can come with your picture and you can say, look, I was having trouble with this, having trouble with that. And we can just be in little groups of 5 or 8. What do you reckon, Jose?
Yeah, we can do that as well. But I was thinking, yeah, who wants to do that? I've got a training as well, so we can do that. And then the following week, we can do this training. Let me just show you. And this is what like kind of a wake-up call for me, right? Because hang on a minute. I was thinking of doing Instagram and everything, and I thought, oh, then I saw a post of Todd Falcone. I hosted him before here in Australia, and I went back to his materials. And I wanted to share this with you guys. It's called the Little Book, Black Book of Scripts. So it's, this guy here is one of the legends in the industry. He's truly a recruiter, true and true. So he's put together this PDF of a Black Book of Scripts. So I was going to do a bit of training on that and share that. But we can do this the week after if we want to finish. We can finish the boards next week. We can do this a week after.
Cool. Okay, everyone. And if anyone's got some great boards that they've done as well, I know Lucia had a fantastic one. I might get her to put one in and we'll show you how to add in. You might say, look, I really want collagen in there as well. I know Lucia had done another one. I might get her to chuck it in there into the ANZ collab so we could use that as well. I know she's given it to me before and things. So yeah. That's so good. Okay, everybody, be blessed. Have an awesome week. Just know it's year end, 30 June. There's 20% off. I'm going getting my Axio. So it's up till about 2 o'clock Queensland time, I normally say on the 1st. So 20% off your skincare, your Axio, your ProBio, all them sorts of things. There's 40% off Mind Body. So if any of you want to get Mind Body at the moment, now's the best time to do it. Don't forget to look and make sure, please make sure that you have got 300 in your account if you're over an SC1 so that you get paid. Oh, Joanne's just putting the end of month checklist. We'll put that in the Facebook chat as well, the end of month checklist that Rhonda and Joanne and that do, which is great. Thanks, girls. And yeah, just make sure that you've got 300. Otherwise, you may not get paid, which is made up of you and your customers. But also, one thing I've noticed that people forget sometimes on your app, when it shows, oh, you've got, let's say, 530, it normally will have it has your order in there. So please make sure that if you think you've become Onyx or you think you've become Emerald, check it in your back office that you are, because your order is added in your app and people go, oh, I just thought I was over it, and you're not. So just kind of make sure all them things, because it's a pain in the bum. And I think because it's the end of June, we're not going to be able to backdate and stuff. So just check everything, please, tomorrow, and all your newbies. Just check on everybody. Okay.